do it from here? Does that work?
No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come, love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you. If there's some kind of trouble or pain you're going through, know that you are not alone and someone cares for you. As an individualization of divine point of view, this door is open to you. This door is open. This door right here, this door is open to you. Is open for you. This door is open to you. This door is open. I'm talking about this door. This door is open. I said this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Unity. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. So glad that you are here to join us in this celebration today. This is a prayer for the love within us. This is a prayer to release our hearts. This is a prayer that we carry with us. This is a prayer for who we really are. We are light, we are sunshine, we are what we believe. We are hope, we are promise of everything that's yet to be. We are bliss, we are laughter, we are flowers in the spring. are strong, we are fearless, we find comfort in our souls. We are real, we are open to the destiny that's ours to hold. This is a prayer for the love within us. This is a prayer to release our hearts. This is a prayer that we carry with us. This is a prayer for who we really are. We are here, we are present in every moment that we breathe. We are peace, we are freedom, and this is a song for you and me. Yeah, this is a prayer for the love within us. This is a prayer to release our heart. This is a prayer that we carry with us. This is a prayer for who we really are. Who we really are. Who we really are.
Wow, thank you, thank you. So beautiful. This is a prayer for who we really are. We welcome you this morning to Unity Spiritual Center of Portland as we gather, I believe, with an intention, with a sacred intention to allow the truth of our being to flow through us, to remember and to be able to live and to share the humanity that we are, the truth of our being, regardless of what we may have been told by others, but literally to find a larger world view, a larger world story. And so as we gather this morning, I'm Reverend Lisa Davis. I'm the minister here at Unity Spiritual Center of Portland, and my pronouns are she and her, and I believe that we gather in a sacred intention. So I just am grateful you are here. Today is also part of Black History Month, and we're going to go into that. And I believe we have to call out the blatant racism that's happening around us. I think as we have to. Transformation requires living the truth we know. It does not, I'm not even going to, I don't even know how to have words for some of what's happening. It's not arresting Portland families, parents, while they're seeking emergency medical care. We get to say it's not this, and we're going to go into some of that later. But I want us to have the ability to allow ourselves to be changed at depth. I want to read one thing, and then we're going to open in prayer. And I know you're kind of getting used to this, that I'm doing these pieces, but this one's about me. And it was from the Clergy Coaching Network. And it talked about what's happening for ministers. It says, silence is not just consent. For clergy, it is malpractice, because ministers are called to be healers of souls, and souls are damaged when lies, cruelty, and injustice go unchallenged. To refuse to speak when people are being harmed is to abandon the very work of this ministry. Faithful ministry does not mean speaking about everything, but it does mean refusing to be silent about what destroys human dignity and the beloved community. In moments like these, quiet is not caution, it is complicity. And courage, imperfect, trembling, costly courage, is part of what faithfulness looks like. And I just want us to recognize that. And for me, it has been a journey of just working to balance and to see and to every moment say, what do these spiritual teachings have to share with me today? How does my soul go deeper? How do I let go of the pieces that have bound us as humanity? And we have been bound through systems of racism, through systems of patriarchy, through systems of capitalism. And how do I let that go and realize there is a larger story that is demanding to be heard. And so I just thank you for listening to that, and I just invite all of us to open our hearts. We're going to begin this service in prayer. We're doing a series on prayer, and again, we're not praying to some God out there that is judging and has a long white beard or any of the other pieces. Instead, prayer is opening, and we're opening to a quantum essence, to the realization that that prayer becomes us, that it is us, that we are that answer, that life and the movement of spirit and the evolution of humanity flows through us. So if you thought it was all about what's happening out there, we are being asked to be changed at depth, cellularly moved. And so when we open in prayer, I invite you to open your heart to the realization that this presence and power lives in and through and as you now. And we just open with Mother, Father, God, Infinite Spirit. We open to a deeper understanding, to a willingness to be the channel, to walk the sacred journey, to know that a yes in our hearts, to knowing we are enough for this day, that we gather together as humanity and say yes to being willing to birth a story that we may not yet know. We know that this one presence and one power moves through us. It moves through this room, and it vibrates within every atom and every cell on this planet. And as we gather with an intention to grow, to learn, to heal, and to know the wholeness of ourselves and our neighbors, we say thank you, Infinite Spirit, for each breath, for this day, for the joy that is resistance, and for the love that we are. And so it is. Amen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you all here this morning. Yes, so, this is a good time to pray, isn't it? Yeah. I want to introduce our prayer chaplains who are available to pray with you each week. Today, we have Patricia and Colleen. Yeah, so if you have something on your heart, you want to pray in person, just know that all your requests for support are kept in confidence. They're here to meet with you after the service. They mind our prayer list each week. If you're not ready to pray in person, there's prayer requests in the backs of your chairs. And they record that daily message on the dial-a-prayer, which you can call each day. And they hold weekly meditations in our chapel, Sunday mornings, 10:30. Nice to get a little quiet time in to start your week, isn't it? So yeah, we thank you in advance for joining them for that, and we thank and love our prayer chaplains. All right, there's lots of opportunities to connect this week. Today, following the service, the women's group's going to meet downstairs in the teen rooms. So after you grab some coffee, you can join the women down there. I understand there might be some chocolate happening. So yeah, that might be a little incentive to stop in and see them. They're going to talk about what's coming up for the women's group and getting to know each other. So next Saturday, there's a lot happening. The men's group start off the day. They meet at 9 o'clock in the morning downstairs for their monthly meeting. All men are invited to join them. The Helping Parents Heal group also meets on the third Saturday of each month. This is our support group for grieving parents, grandparents, or siblings who've lost a child of any age. They meet at 10:30 in the chapel, and this is led by Annie and Mark Adams. The Image Book Play Shop with Claire Grayson. They've been creating a page a week for their image book. And I've heard wonderful things about this process. But this Saturday, February the 14th, Claire's inviting you to come and create a little more self-love in your life, create an image page that supports that. You'll explore some fun ways to practice more self-love and acceptance, which we certainly could all use, right, all the time. It's a great way to brighten your Valentine's Day. They meet Saturday at 10 o'clock, Fellowship Hall. $20 covers all the supplies for that. Then, of course, our weekly things are happening. Course in Miracles each week, 10:30 on Tuesday mornings. And then chair yoga and meditation happens each Tuesday at 4. Newcomers are always welcome to come and join any of these groups. Our Thursday book club, they're changing their time, 1 to 2:30 on Thursdays. They're picking a new title. You can come and find out what all that's about. They are also part of those Unity change makers, and they are the ones who are putting feet to action to make changes in our world. They're going to meet next Sunday following the service, and they're going to continue writing postcards to register people to vote, and they're also going to make perk bracelets. Now, these are Portland's immigration response phone numbers, okay? And it's to hand out for people who are filming and to get engagement. There's all this information's out on the What You Can Do table, so make sure you see what's happening on that table. And then, of course, next Sunday, LGBTQ plus meets after the service. They meet in the chapel, and allies are always invited to attend these Sunday meetings. Okay, starting Wednesday, February the 11th, Carolyn Goolsby, who guides our Course in Miracles group, she's beginning a new 6-week morning class here at Unity, 10:30 to noon. She's going to tell you a little bit about it, Awakening to Prosperity.
Hello, everybody. Awakening to Prosperity. What is prosperity? It's a well-being of finances, of health, of something else, relationships. And Unity has a long history of being rooted in prosperity work. This is not a book study class. This is a discovery class, an awareness class, a class of learning to accept the presence of God in your life and to practice that. I have been encouraged. I thought about the class like in December and talked to Lisa about it. And I have to tell you, I have benefited from the class already just working on developing it, in that I'm going on a trip to Alaska in August with my husband, and I wasn't even shooting for that. That wasn't on the agenda. But it's just like things start to open up. And as Lisa was saying, we need everybody to open up. We need people to show up. So this is a supportive group in terms of how do we show up. And I was also encouraged by David Alexander's mentioning this thing called You, because that's another book that I've drawn upon in terms of who are we? How are we? How do we show up in the world? So come join me. I'm going to be in the chapel for the next 2 Wednesdays to see if people are interested. Sign up in the lobby, but just show up, and we're going to have a good time.
Very good. Thank you, Carolyn. Boy, we certainly have an abundance of inspiring leaders and guides, don't we? Topics that are important for our soul's growth and for the growth of the world. And on that note, I want to mention on Sunday, February the 22nd, Sherry Lawrence is going to hold a beautiful workshop after the service called The Light of a Clear Blue Morning. And this is a hands-on envisioning democracy workshop. It's an afternoon of prayer, visioning, community. It's a workshop in hope, clarity, and faith. No signups, just come and join in. There's a $20 suggested love offering, and she's going to tell you a little bit more about that next week. But there is information both in the newsletter and on the website about that. Okay, if this is your first time here, welcome. We're glad you joined us on this rainy morning, much needed rainy morning. If you did not receive a welcome packet on your way in, now's your chance to raise your hand, hold it up high. Our ushers have a handful of those. They'd love to give you one. There's a little rose sticker on the front. We'd love for you to peel that off and stick it to your name tag so we know who you are. We invite you to fill out this yellow card on the back. If you're familiar with the QR code, we invite you to use that. That puts you directly in the system. We don't have to figure out your handwriting, which is challenging sometimes. But you can always use the pen in the back of your chair. We're happy to get it any way you want to give it to us. So come on down to Coffee and Connection following the service, and we look forward to getting to know you better. Have a wonderful week. Thank you.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you, thank you. All right, and we do want to welcome all of you who are here for the first time or you haven't been here in a while. Wherever you are in your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. I believe that all of us as humanity are opening to this larger story. Oh, thank you. And also, I want you to know that if the ideas that you hear this morning work for you, I would encourage you to become a part. Part of how we grow and change and evolve has to do with joining together in community and being committed in community and finding ways that we can lift the world around us. If the words do not work for you and they do not remind you of who you are or invite you into a deeper expression of yourself, I would encourage you to continue seeking. Find a place that will support you, that will remind you of who you are. It's just such an important thing. I also wanted to share with you one more announcement. We'll be doing a special honoring service for Gabriel. Gabriel was one of our YOUers who he made his transition in December, and we will be doing a short honoring service at 12:30 today. If any of you would like to simply hold space with us and hold that knowing of this beautiful light that he is, it will be a half an hour honoring service, and we'll be using river rocks and the eternal message of this universe. So I just invite you to be with us about 12:30 in here if you would like to do that. We have had 15 YOUers from 3 different states here for the weekend. So if you notice a lot of kids come in, they may or may not be awake as they're walking in. I don't know, but they will be here. Okay, and we are going to stand and sing.
We are. Who wants to learn a new song? I like those big hands back there. So this song is a protest song that has been circulating online, and I've heard it a bunch of times, and it's just really touched my heart, and I wanted to teach it to you. It was written by Annie Schaeffler. I think I just said her name backwards, but no, that was right. Anyway, sorry. And the words are, "It's okay to change your mind. Show us your courage. Leave this behind." You guys may have heard this already. It's okay to change your mind, and you can join us. Join us here anytime. And it was sung to the ICE people in their hotel, just inviting them that if they want to soften their hearts and change their mind, that they can. And as I've been walking around my house, I've also been singing it just as a prayer to myself, like, I can change my mind about things that I said, nope, this is the way that it is. I can be stronger, I can be braver, or I can surrender. So, as we do it here, I'm going to sing you a little something, and if you'll sing it back to me. So listen. It's okay to change your mind. So sing that. It's okay to change your mind. Let's do it one more time. It's okay to change your mind. Awesome. Let's learn the next part. Show us your courage. Show us your courage. Let's put those two together. It's okay to change your mind. Show us your courage. Okay, next part. Leave this behind. Sing that. Leave this behind. Let's do that whole line. It's okay to change your mind. Show us your courage. Leave this behind. Oh, it's okay to change your mind. And then the next part, it's going to be a little quick. And you can join us here anytime. So we'll jump on that second join. And you can join us here anytime. One more time. And you can join us here anytime. And that's the whole thing. Yeah, so let's just spread that idea of compassion and change. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, Change your mind, show us your courage. Leave this behind. Oh, it's okay to change your mind. And you can join us here anytime. Oh, it's okay to change your mind. Show us your courage. Leave this behind. Join us Show us your courage. Leave this behind. Oh, it's okay to change your mind, and you can join us here anytime. It's okay to change your mind. Show us your courage. Leave this behind. Oh, it's okay to change your mind, and you can join us here anytime. Last time, just voices. It's okay to change your mind. Show us your courage. Leave this behind. Oh, it's okay to change your mind, and you can join us here anytime. Woo!
And we just invite you to turn to those around you with a handshake, with a welcome, a namaste, and just thank them for being here. Do you know how important it is for us to touch each other in our lives and to look each other in the eye and say, I'm so happy to see you, and to recognize that what's important for all of us is being a part of this love of humanity that is present, that is available, and that is part of our sacred journey. In just a moment, we're going to spend a few moments in meditation, just simply getting quiet and allowing that remembering to happen through our being. If you haven't started your practice of meditation, or you've started it and then life got busy, I just invite you to remember that it's one of the ways that our whole nervous system actually allows itself to calm, and for the learning and the growth and the healing to move through our being. So as you listen to this music, I just invite you, we'll do it for a couple minutes here, but just to remember that that silence is sacred and it's filled with divine wisdom.
prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer. 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 Your prayer is my prayer too.
Your prayer is my prayer too. As we relax our bodies, allowing ourselves to be held in the chair, in the knowing that this one presence and one power, vibrant life, moves through us now. Breathing in that knowing. Infinite presence, your prayer is my prayer too. The prayer of humanity. The prayer of infinite love, the healing, harmonizing essence. As I continue to turn within, again and again, quieting my mind, relaxing my body, I know your prayer is my prayer too, in the silence, in the silence. And with every breath, I know that that prayer is one of peace, of a world that empowers, respects, and honors every being everywhere. And for this ability to know this and allow that knowing to move through us, we say thank you, infinite presence. And so it is. Amen.
Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer too. Your prayer is my prayer. Your prayer is my prayer. Your prayer is my prayer. Your We struggle, we worry, we hold on to resentment and anger. Then we pray, seeking an answer. But the truth of prayer is this: life is there waiting, holding out all the good we can handle. So stop questioning yourself and reach out, knowing right now that this prayer is the answer. Don't go searching anymore. This prayer is its own answer, and I'll tell you what is more. We are what is changing, and it's God's love that abides. We can make these brave new choices and watch change move through our lives. I know it sounds simple, and the truth of it really is. So the work we have in front of us, well, it's work to help us live. We can dance around what's real here for as long as we choose to do. Then when we get tired of lying to ourselves, we'll awaken to the truth that our prayer is the answer. Don't go searching anymore. Our prayer is its own answer, and I'll tell you what is more. We are what is changing, and it's God's love that abides. We can make these brave new choices and watch change move through our lives. God's love abides, never changes. God's love does abide. God's love abides, never changes. God's love does abide. God's love abides. God's love abides. God's love abides. Oh, God's love abides. God's love abides. Never changes. God's love does abide. God's love abides. Never changes. God's love does abide. Oh, God's love abides. God's love abides. Never changes. God's love does abide. God's love abides. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Wow, what a statement. God's love, this presence and power, this infinite quantum field that holds each of us is present and available. And what a place we are living in. How was your week? Anybody have any ups or downs? I had more hands just then than I think any questions I've asked, just so you know. This ability to move through this time and to hold the teachings and the beliefs that we have. I know many in this room have been studying in New Thought and other areas of spirituality for decades. And to be able to hold these principles and then to know that life is still inviting us to be changed at depth and to find answers and ways to live these teachings that up until now we may have seen it this much, but we're being asked to see it in a different way. And it's really easy right now to say, if they change, we'll be okay. It's really easy. But the truth is, it's all of us. We have to create and to live into a larger story for humanity. And that includes all of us. It truly does. You know, this weekend, yesterday, I was so grateful to finally see the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. I love those ceremonies. I love the idea of the world coming together. And one of the things that was said, I thought, thank you, God. This is exactly what I want to hear, because it was on the idea of peace. Now, you know, the monks will be arriving in Washington, D.C., either the 10th or the 11th, so in a couple days. They've made a sacred journey, standing for peace, bringing attention to peace. And it's their way of saying, pay attention. It isn't just their journey. It was an invitation for all of us to make a sacred journey. And I believe when times come up like this, it is an invitation for every one of us to find what will literally, I don't like this word, what will break us open into something larger. But with that, so I saw the peace there and that symbol. Every Sunday for decades, this community and unity communities and New Thought communities around the world has said, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. And just recently, when people were talking about we just need peace, I've said, I don't know that that's just what we need. If it means no violence, I'm not so sure that's just what we need. Because I watched those in front of ICE facilities who didn't know what to say or do, but they knew they had to take a stand. And they've gradually moved from protests to, have you watched it go into singing and into an invitation? So sometimes when we have to first say no to something, we don't know what that answer is. Has anybody experienced that? There's something more here, but I don't have the answer for it. So sometimes it's just standing up and saying, Spirit, I'm here. I trust that there's a foundation, that there is a presence and a power that will guide me, that's the truth of who I am, that is the source of all. And I'm willing to be changed at depth. For 30-some years, it started in 1994 when I was in ministerial school. I began saying a prayer, and I joined with all my classmates. And one of those lines was, change me at depth. It was an invitation for the universe to do that. After a year, we changed that line to gently change me at depth. Because there were openings that were happening. And it was like, oh my gosh. And so we looked at our words and we said, our words have meaning. I haven't stopped that because I don't believe we came to survive or to just say this is life or this is life or this is life. We came, our souls said yes to being a part of this sacred journey because we are here as that movement forward. We aren't just here that we're losing our life and it's not just happening to us. This gets to happen through us. And so I want to go back to this opening ceremony. I loved that one of the things that one of the women quoted was Nelson Mandela. And I found a definition for peace that I truly loved. It said, peace is not just the absence of conflict. It is the creation of an environment where all can flourish, regardless of race, color, creed, religion, gender, caste, class, or any other social markers. And then she said, today this message seems more relevant than ever. But do you hear that? It's not just the absence of conflict. We've had conflict in our hearts and souls, or at least I don't know about you, but I have. And I think that up and down, it's like, what's happening? What if that is the place we are to go? What if that opening is something that's there to guide us and teach us and remind us of who we are? Because where we're going is the creation of an environment where all can flourish, regardless of race, color, creed, religion, gender, caste, class, or any other social markers. That's where we're going. That's the truth of who we are. And our ability to live within that is such an important piece. So we're looking at prayer and possibility. Prayer in unity is that it's this building of a consciousness. It's a holding of what's already true and beginning to make firm in our lives that which we desire to know and to see. And it moves right in with Carolyn's idea of prosperity. These pieces move together. But I wonder, has our prayer, is there enough room in our life right now for our prayer to move through us and to know that we're enough for whatever shows up today? I believe that's one of the pieces we get to do. And to shift it, the idea is beginning to say, I'm enough. I was born for these days, these times, this moment. And then to invite the universe to teach us what it is we are to learn. Because when we do, we find something so much more. The universe is continually expanding. And it is requiring that we find something more. In 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly." It took me a long time to more fully understand that. And today I'm finding it on even a deeper level. Because I grew up in a society that allowed a certain amount to happen. We all did. And if we don't learn our history and allow our nervous system to catch up to ourselves, I'm not so sure we can create that world that works for all. Because we grew up in a world that taught us we're separate, which, by the way, that means loneliness comes from there. Perfectionism comes from there. It taught us all these different things. We had to be something up here. And so when we allow this to move through us, something else happens. And so, and this came through the King Foundation. It says, this line is just as true today. Dr. King wasn't only talking about segregation or the civil rights movement. He was describing how injustice functions in any society. Injustice doesn't stay confined to one neighborhood, one group, or one moment in time. When unfairness is tolerated in one place, it quietly reshapes what is considered acceptable everywhere else. What begins as silence becomes permission. What is ignored becomes normalized. Dr. King understood that justice is interconnected. The dignity of one person is tied to the dignity of all, whether we recognize it immediately or not. History has shown us this again and again. Progress happens when people realize that someone else's struggle is not separate from their own. What if, for right now, that was the biggest learning we have? Your struggle is not separate from mine. Every week I talk about living in a universe that's a quantum field. But somewhere our brains, and it was in whiteness that it was created, in patriarchy and this old mindset, and if those words are difficult, just breathe, because part of this is letting our being catch up to us. None of us, we're all here learning. But this idea that we're separate comes from a patriarchal society. But every week, and we know it in New Thought, we know it in these teachings we have, we talk about the fact that we're one. Living one means we begin saying, your life is my life too. Your prayer is my prayer too. But that's new for us. And some of these, I know you do. And you know, right, I hear you. I know you are. It's really, thank you. Do you know, I'm here to be saved by any God. Sometimes life calls us in places we don't know where to go. And I believe right now all of us are trying to find that presence and power. That's the truth of who we are and where we are. I'm taking classes and learning from 2 black women who are teaching me a lot that honestly, I don't think I wanted to know. Because I didn't realize that growing up with privilege allowed me to walk by others and not see the wholeness of who they are, and also put me so alone that I felt like I had to find something out there to know the truth in here. Prayer, as Myrtle Fillmore talked about it, is aligning ourselves with God, with the infinite, with an intelligence that is larger than we know. It's about the idea that we have within us all that we need, and yet we have to allow it to change us at depth. We have to allow it to create something more for us and through us. So some of these ideas, prayer does not change God. Prayer changes us. And so if we're asking for a change out there, I believe we can know and hold that there is a healing coming from this, probably that we didn't ask for. There's a healing and awakening and an evolution coming from what's happening around us, and we may not have I didn't ask for it. I'm not sure I knew I needed it. But I am finding every day that these teachings take us further than we ever dreamed. But we have to live them and we have to move them. And for some reason, they keep coming through my body. And I realize that these teachings have to be cellular. This idea of you shall know the truth and the truth will set you free. I remember, oh dear, it was not George Lomza, it was Rocco Errico saying, the word we know as know is not up here. It's a cellular one. So when we know that we are connected to all others, we will live that truth and be that truth. But to have that happen, there has to be this, I don't know how else to say it, but this breaking open. And part of this that New Thought continually teaches is we have to find the God within. If we are going outside for those answers, I'm going outside to learn. And a lot of times I can't even read through the whole lesson for that time because it's more than I know how to allow my body to move through. So I read and I breathe and I pray, and I know that the God within me is expanding me, because you know what? We didn't come to be separate. We didn't come to be alone. We didn't come to think that the things we have in our house are what's going to save us or remind us that we're whole or teach us something. We came to be a part of humanity that looks at another in the eye and says, this is the truth of who you are. I love you because you and I are a part of this sacred journey. But it is a new way of being and learning. And it's one that, for me, continues to call me at depth. So this idea, God is within, not distant. Prayer is affirmative, not begging. Have we ever said, could we please just get out of this? You know, in the Bible, the 40 days, 40 means as long as it takes. The wilderness, the 40 years, and the 40 days and nights for Jesus, it's as long as it takes. My invitation to my being has been, I'm ready. I'm willing to know a bigger picture, to find out the places where my view was shifted by a society that I grew up in, by a society that didn't know the truth. Our words carry creative power. Can we allow our words to be one that, first of all, sometimes, I don't know about you, but I get to a place of, what can I do? And I get to go back to building my body into a place of, I'm enough for this moment. I'm enough for right where I am. My being said yes to being present on this planet, so there's enough in me because there's enough God, there's enough life, there's enough love, there's enough presence. And we've said those words and lived from those, and we can get to a high. But my desire is that they become cellular. And last June, a Unity minister came over from South Africa, Reverend Tandi. And she came over because there were all the stories in the United States about discrimination against whites. And she said, I have two things to tell you. First of all, there is no discrimination against whites. This is a made-up story, and it's one that's being listened to here because that's what we've heard before. And she said, but more important, I came to teach you about Ubuntu. I am because we are. I am because you are. If we don't have that, her view, she said, I've read everything Charles Fillmore has ever written. She spent her 2 years, she couldn't go home at all during the time she was in ministerial school, so she just sat in the archives and read everything. And she said, I understand it all. But somehow in this country, you don't know that you are because I am. And as a black woman standing up there, I just stood there. And I realized that's a cellular knowing. And she said, I'm not alone because I've always known I am because you are. So today, there's an invitation. I don't have the answers of where it's going, but it's a breaking down of old ways. And it's an invitation to see something more than we may know. And I want to read you a little bit this comes from Desiree Stevens, and she's one of the women that, thank you, David, for referring me to her. I can't always read through all of it. I can't even always breathe it in. And this woman puts out more material than I've ever known or seen from any one person. But this one is on disorientation. And she said, disorientation is a doorway. And she said, before you begin reading this, I want to name something about how this piece moves. She said, it's not a response to a single headline or a moment. It's a compilation, a gathering of observations, somatic responses, historical patterns, and collective truths brought together intentionally into our one cumulative reflection. She said, I'm not trying to keep pace with every nervous system jolt, breaking story, or viral moment. That is not how discernment is built. And it is not how this work is meant to be practiced. This piece is an act of slowing down, of staying with what has already been revealed long enough for meaning to form. You might notice we go from here to here to here to here. And she's just talking about finding a way to stay with what's been revealed long enough for meaning to form instead of reacting to each new spike of fear or urgency as it arrives. And she said, what follows is not meant to track the news cycle. It is meant to help us stay oriented inside of it. And she said, you might be noticing something uncomfortable now, not outrage, not certainty, not even clarity, but disorientation. When the royal we fractures, and she's talking about a way we lived our lives, and we could count on it, it doesn't leave behind freedom right away. It leaves behind silence, loss of orientation, and a sense of standing outside a story that once told you who you were. Anybody been there? This is where many white-bodied people are now. Not awakening into community, but waking up alone. And she said, Black History Month matters here as a mirror because it's not only a record of resistance, it's also a record of what happens when a people are forced to learn repair, relationship, and collective survival inside of a system that never intended to include them. And if you need to breathe, breathe. This is where we are. White America was never required to learn this. And that is the difference showing itself right now. That is some of the pain and the hurt and the wondering, what do I do? Who am I? Where is this? And so she said stratification didn't end, it turned inward. And recent moments, and I'm only going to read one other part, but I really want us to get this. State violence has been justified in real time, human life described as stock, narrative arriving faster than accountability, have unsettled people who believe protection was guaranteed. But even here, even now, stratification holds. Some white bodies are newly discoverable as expendable. Others remain narrators, arbiters, protected voices. This does not mean everyone is now equal under violence. And she talks about what it means is we're turning inward. And we get to look at this. And she said, this idea, well, let me go back. Before reading on, pause for a minute. Notice your body. Notice your thoughts, your body. Where do you feel disorientation? Your chest, your throat, your belly, your shoulders? Is there a sense of floating, a tightening, a pull to resolve, explain, or move on? We were taught we had to find answers. We had to work for that and say, okay, this is the problem, let's get on it. Right now, that isn't really what we're allowed to do. And she said, disorientation is not a problem to solve. It is an expected response. When a story that once organized your sense of safety begins to fracture, the body loses orientation before the mind finds language. And that is precisely why this month we're focusing on, and she was talking about this idea of discernment and trust, not urgency, not reaction, not performance. Containment so your nervous system is not overwhelmed. Discernment so that everything does not collapse into panic, spectacle, or mythology. Trust, not in institutions, but in your capacity to stay present without outsourcing fear or responsibility. That's a huge invitation. And they're not soft practices. She said they're necessary disciplines for what comes next. Because this isn't the end. There is a second mile and many more. And she said, in fact, she quotes Matthew, if anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them 2. And she said the second mile is where power stops being abstract, where insulation fails, where truth stops being theoretical and becomes embodied. It's where awakening turns into responsibility. It's the individual I that turns into the we. That suddenly we begin realizing I'm a part of this. And she said, what follows is not meant to shock you, it's meant to steady you. If you're looking for certainty, stop here. Don't go any further. If you're looking for villains, stop here. If you're looking for innocence to return, stop here. And yet, there's so much more with that. But if you're willing to stay, you'll find something larger. And she said, America is in a sacred fever. A fever is not the body's curse, but an acceleration of its healing. In the sustained inner heat, it is better able to summon its defenders against pathogens. The defenders who are now rising up are not the typical activists. They are everyday citizens who increasingly do not recognize the land of our birth. Things are happening that were once unthinkable. The power of government has been mobilized against citizens. How do we defend what is precious in America? And she said, open-hearted resolve is key. We cannot transcend hate by engaging in hate ourselves. We cannot transmute physical violence with forms of verbal violence. We need to stand our ground and begin to call forth spiritual courage. It is the only act that can undress the unhealed wounds behind aggression. Underneath are hungry souls, starved for something more, like children who have been deprived. And yet, when we find something more, when we realize that our task is to resurrect, as she puts it, the soul of our country. That it is not consumer abundance that makes us great, or military might, or the size of our stock market. It's the nobility of our mission, the consecration of our path, and our generosity in empowering others. Our mission is to light the way. Our reality right now is that we diminish our light with violence, dehumanization, and greed. And that means we get to be that light and learn from that. When we do, we find that something more is there. There's an invitation for the universe. And you might say, did any of that tell me what to do? That's what she says, is that we want to know what to do, but we haven't necessarily allowed it to become what we are. Because I just want a list of what am I supposed to do, because that takes away the anxiety. What I'm learning is the body that moves, that says what's happening. I can bring my prayer and my truth into that. I didn't sleep much last night. I thought, I can't say this stuff. And so I wasn't even going to print it, and then finally decided that's who we are and that's where we're going. And that's the truth of the essence of who we are. But instead, I just started with my 12 powers. I am faith. I am, and we can move into strength. I am love. I am judgment. I'm the ability to say yes and no. So as we move through our week this week, I would just invite you to be aware of where your body is. Invite it along for the ride. We've stayed in our heads, but our hearts are where we remember we're one with all of humanity. Our hearts are where we open to a larger story that we're all one. Thank you. And for just a moment, we're going to do our love offering in just a moment. I just invite us to take our beautiful friend into our hearts, into our prayers. I spoke with him this week, and just to know that he is a creation of spirit, whole, infinite, loved, and to hold that space for every being questioning, am I enough? Am I loved? Do I matter? To know that truly we all matter. He matters. Life matters. Love matters. God is holding us in that. And we just simply say, yes, you are the light of the world. And so it is. Amen. We have the wonderful opportunity of receiving tithes, offerings, gifts as you make an investment in this community, in this message, and this opportunity for us to gather together and be in this sacred space. Our blessing, if you're interested in where you can give, there's cards in the backs of your seats. There are white cards that tell you some of the different ways. And our blessing is divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Amen. I don't know where this is.
While I'm walking, I am praying. While I'm resting, I am praying. While I'm living, I am praying. I'm practicing the presence of God. While I'm working, I am praying. While I'm singing, I am praying. While I'm breathing, I am praying. I'm practicing the presence of God. While I'm listening, I am praying. While I'm laughing, I am praying. While I'm loving, I am praying. I'm practicing the presence, practicing the presence, practicing the presence of God. While I'm walking, I am praying. While I'm resting, I am praying. While I'm living, I am praying. I'm practicing the presence of God. While I'm working, I am praying. While I'm singing, I am praying. While I'm breathing, I am praying. I'm practicing the presence of God. While I'm listening, I am praying. While I'm laughing, I am praying. While I'm loving, I am praying. I'm practicing the presence, practicing the presence, practicing the presence of God.
All right. So we will be having the service probably about 12:40 in here, 12:35 in here. If you would like to be a part, we're just going to be up front and just hold a sacred space and an honoring. Do we have all of our kids? Are they? I don't know what we have right now. I know we have high schoolers. Do we have all of our kids? No. Okay, they're coming. All right. Part of what we get to do as humanity, by the way, my prayer, your prayer is my prayer too, is a wonderful prayer to hold in our hearts this week. Your prayer is my prayer too, because we all have that same inner desire to be loved, to be held, and to be appreciated. We're going to sing our youth in just a moment, but part of understanding the quantum physics in this field that we live in, we recognize that our thoughts touch the very vibration of energy, and they touch each life. And so when I ask for us to create an energy field of love into which these kids walk, that's part of I believe it's part of our job on this planet, is to see the wholeness in each other. And so I just invite you to create that energy field of love from the truth of your being that we can sing our youth in.
You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow. Oh, how we love you. Oh, how we love you. You are the star of the morning. You are heaven smiling at us. You're God's gift of tomorrow.
My name is Meadow, and today we talked about nice compliments, and then we filled up hearts with tissue paper.
It's called a Valentine.
Hi. Oh. Okay. Hi, everybody. Hello. So my name is Liliana, and this past weekend was the YOUers 2026 reunion. Which is one of our newer events that has been made recently. This is only the second official one that we've had, and this one is held in a church, and this time around it was here. And our theme for this one was, where you invest your love is where you invest your life. So this whole event, we've been staying over here at the church this weekend, and we were able to watch a movie, do meditations. We went to OMSI, the Science Museum, and yes, and we made T-shirts. Yeah, this is mine. I put what I would like to invest my love in for my life on my T-shirt. And, oh yeah, and I don't think I mentioned this, but I was one of the people who organized this event. This event is organized fully by the youth. So,
Who else did?
yes. And this event was organized by 3 youth. Specifically, I was one of them. Ricky was another one, and Bree was the other one. So, and now I'm gonna let Ricky say something. I'm from here.
I'm from Southtown. Just wanted to say thank you for letting us use your wonderful building here. It made our event 10 times better. And I just wanted to share a little metaphor with you guys that I used as an interpretation of our theme. When I think about diamonds, they've never heard of this one. So when I think about where I invest my love, where I invest my life, I think about diamonds because to make a diamond, it requires pressure, and the most beautiful diamonds have the most pressure. So when you invest yourself in whatever you're doing, your job, your outside life, you know, whatever you like to do, dancing, cooking, you know, stuff that fulfills you, you're putting that pressure and you're making those diamonds. So just remember that if you're doing something that seems hard, that could be the pressure. So you know you're going to get a beautiful diamond out of it. So always remember that.
Gonna go. Oh, they're not done yet. Sorry.
Give to her.
Okay. 2 more things. So we also have our other event coming up, Rally, which is in April, and we are so excited for that because that is when we elect our new regional officers. And for that, to help us get to Rally, we are currently doing our book sale fundraiser. So it's downstairs with all those books. It's kind of hard to miss. So feel free to look and go through any of the books, and it's love offering. So whatever you feel in your heart that the book is worth, just, yeah, go ahead and donate that. And that helps us get to camp. Yeah, and we really appreciate all the donations. Thank you.
One more thing. So by the way, if you don't know me, I am Sahel's co-regie. I'm Colin Fallon. I'm from Linwood. For Rally, which will be from April 17th to 19th, we will be having it at Cispus. We will not be sleeping in the basement of a church. And the theme is going to be practice what you preach. So we're going to explore, personal morals and how we show those to ourselves and our relationships with others. So yeah, we're really excited. And again, this is me and Sahel's event. We had a lot of support. They didn't. So can we get another round of applause for those 3?
I'm Bree. Thank you. Do you need to say something, George?
The unit teams are going to say one thing. It should be really quick.
So the YOUers are our high schoolers. The unit teens are our middle schoolers.
Yes, and remember as well that the unit teams are selling the cookie kits to support us, which will be out here as well.
And there's a deal. $10 a jar, 2 for $17.
2 for $17.
We made little heart chips for love and appreciation.
All right. Okay, I have a question. Did anybody get over 5 hours sleep in 2 days? Okay, a few of you did. I know we had 4 couches for the adults. All right. Part of what we get to do when we affirm peace on this planet is to hold a vision for something larger. So I just invite you to stand, join hands if you're able, and just know we're all a part of this sacred awakening.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be
Oh, yes. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. We're going to close with our unity prayer. There will be a connection hour downstairs. We will start Gabriel's honoring at 12:45, and we just know that the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And they are ready. We're going to sing our youth out.
I'm gonna move to the light. I'm gonna sing of the light. I'm gonna think with the light. I'm gonna dance in the light. When I choose to remember that Spirit is all, I rejoice and give praise and shine in the light. Yeah. I'm gonna move to the light. I'm gonna speak of the light. I'm gonna sing with the light.